Just before I get into the episode, guys, make sure to follow, rate, and share the podcast about. Let's make this the best mindset podcast out there. Just to like, yeah, that's all right. That's all well and good. But like, that's all in your conscious mind.
Yeah.
You have a subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Which doesn't have that differentiation. Because your conscious mind is able to be like, no, I don't agree with these words. They're just words. But your subconscious mind takes words for how they are and words for their true meaning. If you're like, this is what I was on about in the self-talk. If you're talking about yourself in a negative manner, like say you mess up at work or you mess up at uni or you mess up in life in general, something happens and you're like, oh, quote unquote, I'm such an idiot, all this stuff. Like, yeah, you're just saying that in the moment, but your subconscious mind, like, it doesn't think you're an idiot. That's your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind knows you're an idiot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you're an idiot, but like,
Thank you.
It was just an example. Like, if you're talking and if you're listening to something, yeah, in your conscious mind you're able to differentiate, but your subconscious mind takes it at surface level for what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you can internalize with that. And
I definitely get that. Yeah. But I think it's more of the fact that just music is just so big in my life. You know, it's a really big sacrifice to just get rid of all music and all music with lyrics and all the music that I grew up with, and just listen to frequencies, binaural.
I wouldn't expect anyone to do that.
You know, yeah. So I feel like I still need to have that exposure to certain music. And, you know, like I said, I feel like I'm very well aware of how to differentiate. But, you know, subconscious mind is a thing, you know, it's a hard thing to do. So which is why, you know, you need to be careful about the things you're doing every day. And, you know, it links back to, you know, just don't waste the time that you have, and, you know, do the things that you need to do instead of, you know, laying in bed 5 hours looking at your phone. And then you go somewhere, listen to some music. Let's say you go out, see some friends, and you listen to music, and it's just, oh, hey, drinking, and you come back, listen to music. You know, I feel like if you replaced that music with a solfeggio frequency, you know, it would make that your life 1% better from just the 10-minute walk you have from your house to go see your friends. You know, you may have not done anything that productive, but I feel like it does clear your mind.
I love that, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be like a significant amount, just like a little bit here and there in the background whilst you're doing something.
And it is all about that plus 1%.
Yeah.
You know it. And thanks for linking to that, actually. That's really helpful. That brings us back to the main point of this entire episode, really. You know, the whole principles of 2ACE: discipline, flow, consistency, and achievement. Plus 1% consistency. Making those 1% improvements day in, day out, whenever you can, to compound and produce the person that you want to be and get from where you are now, no matter how bad, how good, how normal it is, to where you want to be. You've got to be consistent with the plus 1% improvements. And I'm sure you'd agree, but I recommend, even if you just have 5 minutes, listen to one solfeggio frequency and see how you feel afterwards. See how you feel during it, and just do a little experimentation. Why not? If you're wanting to improve your life, if you're wanting to develop yourself, if you're wanting to be on a journey of self-improvement for the foreseeable, why not give it a go to just listen to the Solfega frequencies? I think, so there's 7, and they're all about 5 minutes long, aren't they? So, 35 minutes. It takes 35 minutes to listen to all of them. Everyone's got 35 minutes at some point in the week, in the month, in the year. Like, there's going to be a 35-minute period, maybe every day, maybe not every day, but there's going to be certain periods of the day where you're able to just spare a few minutes here and there to listen to some sort of like meditative frequency, 7 chakra Solfega frequency music. And maybe this is just our opinion and it won't affect anyone else, but I'm pretty sure it will. To be honest, like you said, improving your life by 1%. Maybe the Solfega frequencies aren't for you, but just taking the chance and acting on the opportunity, maybe that is the 1% improvement.
Yeah.
In itself.
Yeah.
And
people just gotta remember like how big 1% really is. People often expect just like instant, just like even it's like, oh, what 1%, and you expect more than it actually is. I feel like
1%. It's not really anything in the day, is it? Like, let's say you yesterday is the exact same as today, except the only thing differently that you did was listen to 5 minutes of the root chakra.
Yeah.
That's an example of a plus 1% improvement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, to compound on today, you listen to the second sacral chakra. That's another 1% improvement. And then the day after, you listen to solar plexus. The day after, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And that, even if that is the only change in your day, the day is the exact same, but you're listening to one more frequency per day.
See what happens. How do you feel?
And yeah, like, I mean, I don't really listen to music anymore. Like, I love music, and I know I will listen to it at some point, and I listen to it when it's like on. Like, I can't just turn off my ears. That is physically impossible. But I don't choose to put on like music with lyrics, music with like songs, like whatever. I really like hip hop. I listen to a lot of or used to listen to a lot of like Notorious B.I.G., a lot of Ice Cube, Tupac, etc. That sort of genre, bit of MF Doom. Shout out all them if they ever listen to it. But yeah, like, I don't listen to that anymore. And if I do listen to anything, I listen to either a podcast, the 2H podcasts maybe, or the other podcasts that I listen to, or these sort of frequencies. And I don't know, it's really sort of narrowed my focus. There's just one less thing. So one more.
I was gonna say, I bet it feels just, I was gonna say freeing in a way, to be honest. But I don't know if that's the exact word I want to use.
There's less room taken up by other people's words and more room for my own words.
Yeah. It's like it feels disconnecting, I bet. Because
in a good way.
In a good way, of course. You hear all these people. Oh, have you heard the new Bad Bunny song? No, what? Bad Bunny? What? Who is that? You don't know who Bad Bunny? I feel like in that aspect, people, because ego's a thing. People like to just jump into the, oh, you don't know who this person is. Oh, this and that, and that can put off people from stopping listening to these songs just because everyone else,
like, external judgment.
Yeah, there's so many factors that come into.
Who cares what other people think? Like, if you're gonna get judged for listening to Solfega frequencies, that shows a lot about them, doesn't it? Like, they're obviously not willing to put the change in, and they obviously don't listen or don't care for improving themselves or listening to beneficial music, beneficial podcasts, beneficial songs, beneficial people.
Yeah.
Like, the way I see anyone or anything is with an open mind. Like, if someone comes to me and says something completely bonkers, that I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what? Like,
what is going on?
like, what? Like, that's out of a book.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to dismiss it instantly. Maybe in my mind, I'd be like, no, but I won't say it. I'll continue to understand and try and be like, right, okay, what are they actually saying? And why is my mind dismissing this?
Mm.
And it's usually because of the stigmas created from birth, from during school, and like what we're taught to know. Like, there's a quote that says, "The eyes only see what they're taught to see."
Yeah.
And if you're only taught to see the color red, you'll only ever see the color red.
Mm. Yeah.
It's the same with everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it helps expand your mind. You know, you don't need solfeggio frequencies in order to, you know, be open-minded and, you know, listen to other people. But I feel like it does help. I think it's the point of the whole thing. It helps, and try a little bit.
Why not?
Why not? Why would you not try this? You know, there's literally no. I can't think of a negative, right? Apart from that, like literally, it's just boring.
I'd say if this is me really trying to find the negative here, and it's the time.
Yeah.
Like, the time expenditure of 5 minutes per episode, per music, per frequency, per whatever, you know, just not. This is just a certain ones that we listen to.
Yeah.
There's not, you know, there's loads of different ones out there, but the only negative would just be the time spent. And if you don't value that time spent on improving your life, then that shows who you are.
Mm.
But yeah, all we're saying, sulfuego frequencies can be a catalyst for improvement, and we both recommend giving it a shot.
Yeah, I agree.
Sick. So I think that is all we have to say, isn't it? Unless you want to add anything else.
Yeah. No, not really. Just, you know, do your own research. You know, see what you find about frequencies and what other people say, and be open-minded.
I agree, bro. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining me.
No worries.
It's been a pleasure, lad. Good conversation.
Yes, sir.
I've learned a lot. I'm sure you've learned a lot. And I'm sure the listeners have learned a lot. And with that, remain consistent, achieve dreams. I've been your host, Josh. 2 Ace, 1 Focus.